out of this shit, I have to come over here and tear up all this shit. Spend 8-9 hours doing this.
Welcome back to School News with your host, Stokedelic. As promised, we're going to talk about BPC 2 and Brushino today. There's some clever way to order this video to coherently narrate some sort of overarching storyline. Don't have the fucking brain power for it. We just call it spit off the dome, non-stop. First of all, we'll go BPC 2. Broke New Schoolers as New Schoolers has proclaimed. Just get off WordPress. It's not 1999 anymore. Alright, I'm nerding out over here. It might not be WordPress. I was thinking about starting this segment with a stat check. Look at this, my friends. 94,000 views on BPC2. BPC1 has 1/9. That is not official math. BPC2 blew the first BPC out of the water. No pun intended there. Okay, maybe BPC1 just was smaller amplitude-wise, or maybe there was a lot more clips that, they landed going into water, and that just made it less legit. But I rewatched BPC1, and I don't even think that that's true. Like, in any regards, honestly. After doing, the direct comparison, I guess you can see a little bit more of, a refinement in their skills in BPC2. Here's a really good example. There's a lot of, hand dragging. Dive a little deeper here, side-by-side comparison. The only two things that I noticed were aspect ratio. Maybe it matters. I do like a nice wide-angle lens compared to this, what is this, 3.4? I don't like this 1999 VHS 3.4 bullshit. I want this new 4K widescreen fucking, what are those pano lenses called? God damn it. What are those, super wide-angle shots called?
Wide angle.
Okay, my phone a friend and my Google searching did not work. I'm gonna count on you, audience, new schoolers, to help me out here. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I want to say Step shot a lot of films like that. Is it this shit? I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm gonna give up at this point. Aspect ratio, music choice. I don't want to get copyrighted, but you can see down here we've got a Bad Bunny song here. And then a little later, Boom Boom Pow. Boom Boom Pow. I don't know if Boom Boom Pow is what is keeping this video at such a diminishing return compared to how BPC2 is doing. Maybe it's just one of those viral things. I don't have any clever thoughts here other than I think the phenomenon is similar to Shrek. Some of these clips were really good. Like this one I really enjoyed, the little stare gap right there. Overall, it's almost like you can't look away once you start watching it. And then by the end of it, you almost have this Stockholm syndrome of I can't tell if I liked what I just watched, but it made me feel some type of way I've never felt before, so I'm going to lean towards I like that. But I mean, if we let this roll for, 10, 15 seconds, all these clips look like they're out of the same video. Right place, right time. That's kind of what I'm coming down to with BPC2. In other news, we got Brushino from Noah and Henrik. Henrik being a big fan of the switch lips all of a sudden. Don't think that has anything to do with my signature. Got a lot of nollie type tricks in this video. Henrik's on this shit lately. I dig it, man. It adds a new factor to his style that other pros are definitely not really doing. Quite a few people complaining Henrik's entire video was cookie cutter and just kind of like a repeat of the things he's done. I think that's an untrained eye's opinion, first of all. If that is true, something worth noting here is Noah's skiing. Dude's developed an eye that is going underappreciated here. Every clip that Noah had in this entire video, he's skiing off of either a jump like this, or he's not even using a jump and he's just manipulating the terrain to his advantage so that he can ski the feature. Take in Noah's perspective on the world and apply it to your day-to-day life. Bring it with you, share it with your families. Everyone is going to get something out of what this guy sees. I think that both Noah and Henrik this year took a page out of BPC's book. I mean, you just had to watch the Ender. This was clearly not a orthodox traditional Ender clip that you might see in like any other movie. Vibes, I guess. I don't know. But it shows that Henrik has his ear to the ground, you know, putting his money where his mouth is. I'm pretty sure he backed Bulldoze a little bit. And I think overall we start seeing more shit like this in general, just kind of like street skiing in its final form here. Not even using snow, using features that have very minimal support from snow, a jump, a landing in this case. We're going somewhere. It's always worth noting a red ledge clip. It's one of like the few spots we have in skiing and snowboarding that is really like remarkably known throughout the community. Henrik fucking did the thing justice. I don't think I've seen someone so comfortable on a concrete ledge as Henrik in this clip. Along with this clip right here. You know, we talked about this a couple weeks ago in Own 3P's video. I think Chase did it a little better, honestly. I like Henrik's nollie through to Nug. It's really good use of the spot, but that fucking switch butter 3 had me, dude. Scrub it again. Notice this is the most popular part of the video. I think for good reason. First time I saw that, I thought Henrik died. Straight up. I thought homie was gone. We were no longer going to have Idolo out in these streets getting after it. He's all good though. Savage clip. And I'm going to use the top thread as of the time I'm recording this on SkiGabber to kind of segue into this next part here. Boss here is claiming that there's too many pros. Remember in 2007 when there was 12, they were gods. I don't want 17 minutes of 2 off. I want freaks. Quadruple flipping, grimy urban part, having backcountry slaughtering freaks and nothing less. I hear where you're coming from, boss. It's hard to see through all the bullshit. I spent a little too much time over the past probably like 2-3 years scrolling my phone, seeing these steep
on the Misty 900. Oh wow!
Clips. What's your favorite mountain snack? There's so much content now that is just for the average person, goes skiing under 10 times a year, drinks beer obnoxiously, but not like a park rat obnoxiously, more like a douchebag obnoxiously. They usually have those like twin elf onesies. You can tell that they're trying really hard to blend in. I think a lot of the same people are people that golf and kind of just like buy the Nike Dry Fit shirt and the Under Armour khakis and the fucking what I'm not a golfer. All that we're seeing is that we live in a world of you're getting sold something every single second. Little do you know that I am selling you New Schoolers' new shirt line that they are releasing. That'd be sick if they had one, actually. Boom. The all new trifecta beanie. You had no idea that I've been selling you that this entire time. Think about it. You're a company, you need a face for your company to represent your brand in our community.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to. Hey, what do you think of Richard from work?
And you need someone to latch onto. It's either going to be someone who's already famous, and most notably nowadays, those are just people who blow up on Instagram and TikTok. Companies don't even know how good of a skier or snowboarder these people are.
Try and gap off this little side hit. Oh, right into the pillow.
They just know that 100,000 people see their post, 500,000 people see their post. It doesn't matter to them. It just matters that they have eyes on their advertisements. Overall, we have companies that have their eyes where they should be. We're talking about a lot of them on this channel. There's a lot of small crews out there that are doing the street thing, doing the backcountry thing, putting out sick-ass content with not much money behind it. And that kind of leads us to where I've been trying to take this from the very start. So what FIS obviously is to our community is a monopoly, and kind of in the worst way, for a couple of reasons. The first being the corporate executives behind FIS have deemed it extremely worthwhile to buy every single competitive agency in skiing. It's just how monopoly works, but what this means for the sport itself is if you want to compete, you have to compete via FIS. And if you're competing via FIS, you're competing to win. There's no other option for you here. You're not competing to be 20th. You're out there to get as many points as possible over the course of the year. Keep your body in prime condition for your next competition. In reality, if your goal is to like sustainably be a professional skier, you're probably looking at FIS because they actually pay you consistently. If you can get on that podium, you're getting checks. Very unlike dudes like Henrik and Noah, they get paid kind of regardless of what they're doing because people trust that they know what they're doing. And what this translates to eventually is we have people like Theo Thorin, who's maybe 16 now or something like that. Theo's not going to leave the park. We're not going to see Theo in the streets anytime soon. We're definitely not going to see Theo on the free wide. We're also probably not going to see Theo in any backcountry segments anytime soon. Once you declare that your goal is to make money via competitive skiing and get sponsored and kind of live that lifestyle, you don't have time to film street. You don't have time to snowmobile into the middle of the woods and hit cliffs. None of that supports your goal to be the FIS's world champion. Maybe that's why so many of us associate with, BPC and things like this more than watching the FIS Cup or whatever the fuck they call those competitions. These guys are risking their body, possibly not able to go to their day job and pay their bills next month for the love of the game. I'm sitting here for the love of the game. This guy's out here for the love of the game. I'm going to stop here before I go on another fucking tangent and we lose this overarching message, whatever you got out of this episode. Next time I'm going to talk about Good Company, I think the whole time. I've already got like 80 bullets on that shit for whatever reason. So, see you then.